Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you didn't watch last week's video where I broke down how we extract as much information out of the seller, go back and watch that and then watch this video, because today we're going to go over how to negotiate and close. You need the first one in order to figure out the second one. If you understand the second one, which is negotiating and closing, then you will be able to make money in any industry. You'll literally never be broke ever again in your life. So what actually me and my guy Daryl, who I host Wholesale Hard Knocks with, this week, instead of doing Wholesale Hard Knocks, Wednesday, which is the 19th, Wednesday, April 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, we're hosting a Zoom breaking down how to negotiate and close in depth. Like, we're going to pull back the curtains in both me and Daryl's sales process. Okay, so I need you to go in the description below, hit that link. It's going to bring you to the registration. It's free. It's a free Zoom, but I need you to go down to that link, get in that free Zoom Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be dropping some sauce. It's going to be great. But I want to give you guys an overview of exactly what it looks like for us in our business to negotiate and close. Let's get into it. Okay, so there's two things to sales. There's one, getting really good at building a relationship and extracting as much information as possible. That is the video that we went over last week. If you haven't watched that already, go back to the channel and watch how we extract information out of somebody. And in the 8-step sales process, it's 1 through 5. So it's up here. This is extracting all the information that we need, steps 1 through 5. And here's the thing. The next step after that is to present a solution, which is step number 6. Okay. But here's what I'm going to show you guys. Let's pretend that this thing is full, right? Let's pretend this thing is completely full. While you're going through the buckets, each single step, I call them buckets, right? While you're going through them, you need to fill these things up, okay? And here's the deal. Before you present a solution to somebody, that's step number 6. That's what we're going to go over. We're going to go over 3 things, right? We're going to go over first thing, presenting a solution, which is step number 6. Second thing, creating some urgency to make sure that you get this deal done now. Okay. That's step number 7. And then number 8, which is negotiating and closing and getting the deal signed. So that's what we're going to go over today. But just to give you guys some context, we went over this stuff last week. Okay. How to extract as much information as possible. Also, I've done 8-step sales process videos before, so go back to the channel and look at all that. But let's pretend that this is your cup and you got to empty this cup before you get to number 6. So you got to pour as much as possible until this thing is dry. Okay. Once this thing is dry, then you can go to step number 6. But here's what happens sometimes. You don't necessarily get to fill these buckets up all the way. Sometimes there's no more left in here, right? And if there's no more left in here, then you just got to go to step number 6. And what's going to happen is the seller might tell you no, and you're going to fill this cup up right here. And you're going to get to go back to some of these cups and fill those things in, and then come back to step number 6 and close the deal. Okay. Hope that makes sense for you guys. But what we're looking at, right, is the 3 different things. Again, presenting a solution, creating urgency, and closing. Okay. So let's talk about the first one. In the sales process, this is called fulfillment. This is where we have to present a solution to somebody, okay? And we're not just going in and we're not just saying, hey, I can get you $100,000 for your property and that's it. No. We got to do this. We got to master this. This is a skill that you got to master. One thing that you got to master is how to tell a story. So I always tell a story before I go ahead and present how I'm going to fix the problem. Usually I will use another deal that I talked about or another deal that I did before. Or I will use a real life situation and tell them about a story on how I could potentially solve the problem. And then I go in and I ask, would that solve your problem? And they tell me yes. And boom, I done got number 6 in the sales process. And I presented my solution in a manner that makes sense. Now, we go in depth into this stuff in the sales training. If you're interested in the sales training, go to joinbprei.com and book a call with us. And maybe you're not ready for the sales training. Maybe you got to learn a little bit more. We're actually going to go in depth, me and Daryl. Daryl has a very similar sales process to me. So me and Daryl, instead of doing Wholesale Hard Knocks this week, Wednesday, the 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, go down. The link is in the description below. We're doing a free Zoom training. We're probably going to go for like 2 hours long. breaking this stuff down, exactly what it looks like in both me and Daryl's business. Okay. So you're going to want to get in there. Link is in the description below to register. I'm going to see you guys Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, breaking this stuff down completely. Right. But what we have to do is once we present the solution to somebody, we got to create urgency. Have you guys ever been on a call before and you don't want to sound too pushy, because we never want to sound like we need the deal more than the seller? That's just going to scare them away. It would be like, the girl in high school that you're just wanting too much. You're acting thirsty, and that's why she ran away, right? So, but you got to create some urgency somehow, okay? So we want to make sure that the seller feels as if like they need to get this deal done with us today, um, without thinking that we are too pushy, right? And what we do for this is we explain exactly what our process looks like for decisions. Okay, so we just simply tell them very confidently what it looks like for us to make decisions, right? And it's not pushy. It just is what it is. It's just how our business operates. And if we're not a good fit right now, then cool, no worries. But I'm telling you, we might not be able to get this deal done here in the next month or two if we don't do this today. That's the kind of vibe that you're giving off. That's not exactly how you say it. We're going to go over exactly how you say it in the training, but pretty much you're just letting them know, like, dude, we got to get this thing done or we might not be able to help you later. If not, no worries. We're going to try to help you later. If you're not ready for that, that's cool. But listen, we got to get this thing done now. And you say it in a manner that makes it so that they don't feel like you're being too pushy, because you don't want to sound like that. Okay. The last thing is negotiating. Negotiating and closing. So I'm never live negotiating, meaning I'm never saying, hey, yeah, we came up with $100,000. Do you want that? And they're like, no, I think I need to be at 120. And literally live on the phone, I'm saying, well, can we meet in the middle at 110? Or maybe can you do 107 or 115? No, no, no. I always put this on a third party, some other decision maker. I'm never the final decision maker. There's always a partner on the deal, my wife, my lender, whatever. There's somebody else. Is a fictitious third party that we put the negotiating on. We say, hey, I'm on your side. It's me and you, me and the seller against the third party. Okay. And that's how you negotiate. And then once you get them to agree, boom, you unlock the deal up. I hope I see every single one of y'all on the live this week, Wednesday, April 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're going over exactly what this looks like line by line in both me and Daryl's business. It's going to be fire. Link is in the description below. Register for that Zoom, and I'm going to catch you there. Peace out.